These are the 8 oldest exercises that still build brutal strength today. Have you ever believed that transforming your body and building true strength requires access to a gym filled with high-tech machines, elite personal trainers, and costly supplements? If so, it's time to completely rethink that idea. Long before the invention of fitness clubs and workout gadgets, our ancestors were already endurance machines, possessing incredible levels of strength, agility, and resilience. And how did they achieve this? Through nothing more than their own body weight, raw determination, and the elements nature provided. The most astonishing part is that the very exercises these ancient warriors used, the same movements that helped them hunt, build, fight, and survive, are still not only relevant today, but in many cases even more effective than modern routines. From Spartan warriors and Roman gladiators to Nordic Vikings, these legendary figures carved powerful physiques without ever stepping into a gym. They didn't need treadmills or protein shakes. They trained with what they had, and it worked. In today's video, we're diving deep into 8 ancient exercises that continue to deliver raw, functional strength in the modern world. These movements have stood the test of time and continue to prove that the human body itself is the most efficient machine ever created. Stay with us until the very end, because exercise number 4 might just be the most powerful of them all. I promise, if you try it, you'll feel the difference. Exercise number 8, Australian pull-ups. Australian pull-ups are more than just an upper body exercise. They are a reconnection to our evolutionary roots. In ancient times, our ancestors had to climb regularly to survive, whether they were gathering fruit from trees, escaping predators, or navigating rugged and elevated terrain. The ability to pull one's body upward was essential for both survival and success. Now, imagine the earliest humans needing to lift their own body weight to scale a tree or pull themselves over a ledge. The movement of pulling is embedded deep within our biology. It's a primal pattern encoded in our DNA, one that modern life, with its conveniences and sedentary habits, has unfortunately allowed to atrophy. The Australian pull-up helps us reclaim that strength. This exercise specifically targets the posterior chain, including the back muscles, biceps, rear shoulders, and core. In a world where most people spend their day pushing, whether it's pushing carts, doors, weights, or keyboards, pulling strength is not only undervalued, but often severely underdeveloped. This imbalance leads to poor posture, shoulder dysfunction, and a lack of functional strength. Australian pull-ups serve as a powerful remedy, restoring balance and improving muscular harmony across the upper body. How to perform Australian pull-ups correctly? To begin, all you need is a horizontal bar. It could be a low pull-up bar, Smith machine bar, or even a sturdy bar suspended at waist or chest height. 1. Position yourself underneath the bar and grip it with both hands slightly wider than shoulder width. 2. Extend your legs forward and keep your heels firmly planted on the ground. 3. Engage your core and glutes to form a straight line from your head to your heels. Your body should remain rigid throughout the movement. 4. Begin the pull by squeezing your shoulder blades together and drawing your chest toward the bar, keeping your elbows tucked in and close to your torso. 5. At the top of the movement, aim to touch your chest to the bar, or at least come as close as possible. 6. Lower slowly and under control, fully extending your arms before beginning the next repetition. The angle of your body determines the intensity of the exercise. The more horizontal your body is to the ground, the more challenging it becomes. Beginners may choose a more upright vertical position for reduced resistance, while advanced individuals can raise their feet to increase difficulty. Common mistakes to avoid. Even though the Australian pull-up is relatively simple, a few common errors can diminish its effectiveness or lead to injury. Dropping the hips during the pull or descent breaks body alignment and places undue stress on the lower back. Always maintain a straight plank-like position throughout the movement. Incomplete range of motion is another issue. Avoid the temptation to use momentum. Make sure your chest reaches the bar or gets as close as possible, and that your arms are fully extended at the bottom. Rushing through repetitions can also compromise your form. Control is key. Perform each rep deliberately, with attention to technique. Training recommendations. Start with 3 sets of 8 repetitions, focusing on slow, controlled movement and proper alignment. As your strength improves, you can increase the number of repetitions. Adjust your body position to be more horizontal for added difficulty, or even elevate your feet on a bench or box to intensify the challenge. This progression builds a foundation of pulling strength that not only supports your posture and shoulder health, but also prepares you for full pull-ups, another cornerstone of primal strength and mobility. Incorporating Australian pull-ups into your training will not only help you build a powerful upper back and core, but also restore a functional strength pattern that modern lifestyles often neglect. Reclaim the pulling power of your ancestors, one rep at a time. Exercise number 7, box jump. Our ancestors often had to leap over obstacles, rivers, and rugged terrain with both strength and precision. The box jump is a modern expression of this ancient necessity, an ideal exercise for developing explosive leg power, much like the natural agility of a predator. Picture a primitive hunter sprinting across uneven ground, vaulting over rocks in pursuit of prey. That ability to generate immediate explosive force was often the difference between eating and starving. To perform a box jump correctly, stand in front of a stable platform, such as a sturdy bench, a plyometric box, or a large step. Slightly bend your knees, swing your arms back, and jump with full force. Land with both feet fully on the platform, knees slightly bent to absorb impact. Step down under control and repeat. Begin with a comfortable height and complete 3 sets of 8 jumps. Box jumps primarily target the quadriceps, glutes, and calves, while also significantly enhancing coordination and cardiovascular performance. More importantly, they activate fast-twitch muscle fibers, the very fibers responsible for producing powerful, explosive movements during moments of urgency or danger. Unlike modern gym machines that isolate muscles, the box jump is a full-body neurological event. It engages your central nervous system, syncing muscular response and coordination to build neuromotor patterns your body instinctively remembers and applies across various physical tasks. Common mistakes to avoid: landing with extended knees, which increases joint stress. Always land softly with a slight bend. Attempting jumps that are too high too soon. Start low and progress gradually. Above all, prioritize perfect technique over jumping height. In just a few weeks of consistent training, you'll notice a significant improvement in your ability to generate explosive power, not only in jumping, but in any movement that requires leg speed and strength. Exercise 6, Farmer's Walk. The farmer's walk evokes the image of the countryman carrying heavy buckets from one place to another during long workdays. This exercise, brutal in its simplicity, consists of picking up heavy weights with both hands and simply walking. Our ancestors did this daily. They transported water, food, construction materials, all using just the raw strength of their bodies. The exercise perfectly simulates these daily activities that shape the functional bodies of workers throughout history. To execute the farmer's walk, hold a heavy weight in each hand, kettlebells, dumbbells, or even buckets filled with water or stones. Keep your shoulders back, chest up, core contracted, and walk in a straight line for a determined distance or time. It seems simple, but I guarantee that after 30 seconds, you will understand why this is one of the most respected exercises among strength athletes. The beauty of this movement lies in the number of muscles recruited simultaneously. Your forearms work intensely to hold the weights. Your shoulders and trapezius stabilize the load. Your core works continuously to maintain your posture, while your legs and glutes generate the propulsive force. Additionally, your cardiovascular system is pushed to the limit, creating an impressive metabolic effect that continues burning calories even after your workout. Common mistakes include curving your shoulders forward, holding your breath, and taking steps that are too long. Start with weights that allow you to walk for at least 30 seconds without letting go. As you get stronger, gradually increase the weight or distance. The impact of this exercise on your grip strength is incomparable, and grip strength is considered one of the most reliable indicators of overall strength and even longevity. Exercise number 5, bear hug walk. Do you find it impressive to see those strong guys carrying enormous stones in competitions? Well, our ancestors did this daily to build shelters and tools. The bear hug walk is the perfect exercise to reclaim that raw strength. Grab a heavy and bulky object. It can be a sandbag, a water barrel, or even a large medicine ball, and hug it against your chest. Maintain an upright posture, core contracted, and walk for 30 to 60 seconds. feeling every muscle in your body fighting to stabilize the load. This exercise tremendously strengthens your core, arms, chest, and legs in a way that no gym machine can replicate. It's functional strength in its purest form. Ancient peoples didn't have the luxury of separating leg day and chest day. They needed a completely integrated body, where each muscle worked in harmony with the others. The bear hug walk perfectly simulates this type of ancestral effort. When you hug a heavy load against your chest, your entire body enters survival mode. Your core automatically contracts to protect your spine. Your arms and shoulders work isometrically to hold the weight, while your legs generate force and stability to move it. One of the greatest benefits of this exercise is the development of what we call hug strength, something gym machines simply cannot replicate. This strength is crucial not only for everyday activities, such as carrying groceries or children, but also for any contact sport or emergency situation. When performing the bear hug walk, make sure to breathe deeply and keep your abdomen contracted throughout the movement. A common mistake is to curve your back. Always maintain a neutral spine and shoulders back. Start with a load that you can carry for 30 seconds and gradually increase. In 1 month, you will feel a hug strength and core stability worthy of ancient monument builders. Exercise number 4, dead hangs. Sometimes the simplest exercises are the most effective. The dead hang, literally hanging from a bar without performing any active movement, is a practice that our ancestors did naturally, hanging from tree branches to gather fruits or move through forests. This seemingly passive exercise hides one of the most powerful methods to develop raw strength in the arms, shoulders, and especially the grip. Just like the farmer's walk, this exercise extraordinarily strengthens your forearms, dramatically improving your grip strength. But its main benefit is undoubtedly the way it decompresses your spine, relieving accumulated tension and strengthening the entire chain of muscles that make up your natural suspension system: trapezius, rhomboids, latissimus dorsi, and posterior deltoid. The effect of this exercise on your functional strength is also impressive. In ancient cultures, the ability to hang and move while suspended was a fundamental survival skill. Think of ninja warriors who developed superhuman grip strength through similar exercises, allowing them to climb walls and remain suspended for long periods without being detected. You may not need to escape from samurai nowadays, but the functional strength developed by dead hangs will benefit practically every physical activity you perform. To perform the dead hang correctly, find a sturdy horizontal bar. Hold it with your hands at shoulder width using an overhand grip. Lift your feet off the ground and simply hang, keeping your shoulders relaxed and your core slightly contracted. Breathe normally and hold for as long as possible. Sounds easy, right? But try to maintain it for 60 seconds and you'll see it's not as simple as it seems. A frequent mistake is holding your breath during the exercise. Maintain deep and constant breathing. Start by aiming to hold for 20 to 30 seconds and increase gradually. If you can easily pass 60 seconds, try more challenging variations such as one-handed dead hangs. Exercise number 3, burpees. If there's an exercise that simulates the intensity of the survival struggle our ancestors faced, it's the burpee. Imagine a hunter-gatherer needing to quickly duck to avoid a predator, fall to the ground to hide, and then jump to escape or attack. That's exactly the movement pattern that the burpee replicates. This brutal exercise, invented by American physiologist Royal H. Burpee in the 1930s, was originally used to evaluate the physical conditioning of military recruits. To this day, it remains one of the most complete tests of general physical fitness. The burpee is unique because it combines strength training with intense cardiovascular conditioning. Few exercises can raise your heart rate as quickly as a series of well-executed burpees. This creates a powerful metabolic effect that continues burning calories even hours after your workout, similar to what our ancestors experienced during long hunts or escapes from danger. To execute a burpee, sit standing. Squat down, placing your hands on the floor. Reach back to assume the plank position. Do a push-up. Jump back to the squat position. Bow, jump explosively with your arms extended above your head. Each repetition is a brutal test of strength, endurance, coordination, and mental will. This exercise works all the major muscle groups of the body: legs, glutes, core, chest, shoulders, and arms, in a single fluid movement. Common mistakes include not maintaining a straight line during the plank, letting your hips sag, not completing the push-up, skipping the final jump or not doing it explosively, rushing and sacrificing form for speed. It's always better to do fewer reps with perfect form than many with poor technique. Start with 3 sets of 5 complete repetitions. resting 1 to 2 minutes between sets. As your endurance improves, work your way up to 10, 15, and eventually 20 reps per set. Believe me, few things transform your body as quickly as a consistent burpee routine. Exercise number 2, goblet squat. Squatting is one of the most fundamental movements of human beings. Our ancestors spent hours in this position, resting, working, socializing. In traditional cultures around the world, from African tribes to rural communities in Asia, the deep squat was maintained for long periods during the day. This natural habit eliminated many modern problems, such as lower back pain and hip mobility limitations. The goblet squat revives this primitive movement pattern and adds load, creating one of the most complete exercises for the lower body. The name comes from how you hold the weight, like a goblet, against your chest. To perform the goblet squat, hold a kettlebell or dumbbell by the top with both hands, keeping it close to your chest. Position your feet shoulder-width apart, or slightly wider, toes slightly turned outward. Keep your spine straight, chest up, and if your mobility allows, lower yourself in a controlled manner until your hips are below your knees. Keep your heels planted on the ground throughout the movement. Push through your heels to return to standing, contracting your glutes at the top. This exercise is exceptional for strengthening the quadriceps, glutes, hamstrings, adductors, and core. It also teaches proper squat mechanics, since the weight in front of your body encourages a more upright posture, making it not only therapeutic, but also a powerful tool for functional strength. Common mistakes include lifting your heels off the ground, indicates ankle mobility issues, letting your knees collapse inward, rounding your back. Start with a light weight and perfect your technique before increasing the load. Another mistake is not going low enough. A full squat, with hips below or in line with the knees, activates more muscle fibers, especially in the glutes and hamstrings. Begin with 3 sets of 10 repetitions using a moderate weight. As your strength improves, gradually increase the weight or reps. Exercise number 1, rucking. Rucking is simply walking with weight on your back, something our ancestors did constantly during migrations, hunts, and wars. Roman legionaries, for example, marched with up to 88 pounds of gear for dozens of miles each day, building near superhuman endurance. This seemingly simple activity hides one of the most complete full-body workouts that exists. To start rucking, all you need is a sturdy backpack and some weight, books, water bottles, sandbags. Use around 10 to 20% of your body weight to begin. Wear the pack high on your back, maintain good posture, chest up, shoulders back, core engaged, and walk. Rucking transforms a normal walk into a brutal strength and endurance challenge, targeting nearly your entire body, especially legs, back, and core. It also doubles your calorie burn compared to ordinary walking, but more importantly, it strengthens your bones, tendons, ligaments, and connective tissue in ways that machines and isolation exercises can't. To do it right, distribute weight evenly and keep it high on your back. Take firm, controlled steps. Avoid excessive swaying or bouncing. Common mistakes include starting with too much weight, using poor posture, slouching, walking too far too soon. Instead, start light and short, maybe 30 minutes, 3 times a week, and build up gradually. You'll soon notice stronger legs, better posture, a more stable core, and improved cardiovascular endurance. Thank you for watching this far. Share your thoughts with us in the comments. See you in the next one.